Wow. With our time in Glacier over, we set our sights on the first national park ever, Yellowstone. The drive was absolutely gorgeous and made those 7 hours fly by. We arrived in West Yellowstone that evening to check in our hotel for the night and to do some much needed laundry.
This right here is what it's like driving in Montana and just other states with wide open roads. You get bugs everywhere.
That evening we explored the town a bit and went to bed early so we could wake up as early as possible, as we simply couldn't wait to begin our next adventure.
All right, Maria, we're finally in Yellowstone. Woo! What are your thoughts going into Yellowstone?
I am excited to see like such a iconic park, but at the same time, I'm just a little nervous for the amount of people that are going to be here.
That is, oh, we're in Wyoming! Hey, we're sitting in Wyoming. So yeah, that's a fair assessment, I think. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
The first stop on our journey was, of course, Old Faithful in the Upper Geyser Basin. The Old Faithful area of the park is a wonderful little village with gorgeous architecture and an amazing visitor center. There are numerous exhibits ranging from the Native American residents of Yellowstone to the foundation of the park to even older events such as the volcano's formation. The Old Faithful Lodge is truly a sight to behold, but the main draw here is of course the geysers. So we sat down to christen our Yellowstone visit by watching the most famous geyser in the world erupt.
Beautiful. You sleepy?
No. See? I'm missing it.
Oh my gosh.
After watching Old Faithful go off, we wanted more. The sight of boiling sulfur water erupting into the sky fueled our desire to see more geysers, and we did. We walked around the geyser basin and tried to catch another large eruption. If you've never been to Yellowstone, you may expect that Old Faithful is the best geyser to see in the park, but that couldn't be further from the truth. The Upper Geyser Basin alone is home to around 150 geysers. What makes Old Faithful special, though, is its relatively short and reliable eruption window. There are many, many more geysers in the park that are honestly cooler than Old Faithful, but some are hard to get to, and others you might be waiting for hours, days, weeks, or even years to see erupt. An example of this is one that we set our sights on, Grand Geyser, which is still in the Upper Geyser Basin, relatively close to Old Faithful. Old Faithful goes off roughly every 50-ish minutes, give or take roughly 10 minutes. Grand Geyser, on the other hand, has an eruption interval of 6 to 15 hours, give or take 90 minutes. So basically, once a day, maybe, you have a 3-hour window in which the geyser will erupt, which for many park goers is a tall order for sure, especially considering it might even be at 3 a.m. But with an eruption time of 9 to 12 minutes on average and a height of 200 feet, it's worth the wait for some. Now for context here, Old Faithful goes off like for 1.5 to 5 minutes and has a height of 165 feet, so Grand Geyser is quite a big one by comparison. However, today, the geysers did us a solid. We saw a crowd gather around Grand Geyser and made our way to the observation platform. And as soon as we walked up, the eruption began. Wow.
Wow. Look how tall it is.
I know. We are here just to No, this is way better.
This thing's been going off for like 7 minutes. And not only did Grand go off, but also Turbine Geyser and Vent Geyser erupted along with it. It's sometimes common for geysers in close proximity to erupt together.
One thing the camera is really not capturing, as it never does, that is so cool, just the runoff, is the sense of scale of these geysers. Because on the camera it looks like it's about, I don't know, the size of a basketball. Yeah, right there. But that thing is, the mouth of that's probably 2-3 feet wide. I mean, these are huge geysers. Everything here is huge. The scale is just grand. But yeah, I can't believe we saw a Grand. That was so cool.
The guy said like 12, 13 minutes it was going off, which is wild.
12-minute eruption, yeah, and it was every 7 to 8 hours, so we really just hit it perfectly.
After that, we hiked up to see one of the most iconic images in all of the national parks. the Grand Prismatic Spring. Hiking to it takes more time than seeing it from the ground, but the overlook is well worth it as you can see all of the colors and truly appreciate the spring. So here's the thing about Yellowstone. It's huge, and I mean like massive. The main loops around the park are 142 miles, and if you count all the other roads, it's over 450. There is no way to do this place justice in any regard, especially in regards to the geysers. Yellowstone has roughly 60% of the world's geysers in it, and many of the ones outside of the park around the world are underwater, making this the largest concentration of visible geysers on Earth by far. And it is truly a bucket list visit. Each geyser is breathtaking in its own way, and so are the other geothermal features, ranging from mud volcanoes to steam vents to prismatic pools. I mean, the seismic activity here on display is truly grandiose, and I took way too much footage. Honestly, on video, all the geysers start to look the same in some ways after a while, so here are a couple highlights of the main ones we did that day, but just to know there are many, many more, and even more non-geysery things such as Sheep Eater Cliffs.
More rocky because of all these landslides.
Yeah.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
It's a waterfall. Only a real outdoorsman would know that.
We stopped by the Artist Paint Pots and then made our way to Norris Geyser Basin, which has a truly bucket list geyser there.
So we're here at the Norris Geyser Basin. Steamboat Geyser is here, which is the tallest active geyser on the planet. It has not erupted since April, and before that it was February. So it's kind of due for an eruption. But yeah, but you know, we probably won't see. It would make my trip if we saw that. Actually, it might. They say it's a once in a lifetime thing.
Might make your life.
It might make my life, yeah. So we'll see.
Et là, j'essaie de gratter ça avec des gratteux à neige. Ça part pas. Faut vraiment que tu peux faire.
Come on.
It's getting higher. These birds are,
Well, we waited for about 30 minutes. And we got some small ones, but we just don't think it was our day today.
Not today.
It's all right. No lottery tickets tonight.
After spending some time in an otherworldly looking environment, we headed to see the upper loop of Mammoth Hot Springs, which, unlike the lower loop, is a drivable area.
I guess so. Look at the individual little like ripples and terraces there.
We drove around admiring the rampart-like mineral deposits and even ran into some locals.
It's a calf and a fawn. There's three. There's four. There's five.
There's 3 babies.
And with that, our first day in Yellowstone was over. We had a long drive back to our campsite at Grant Village, but we made it and settled into camp to prepare for another day of adventuring that would come tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you saw our recent hiking short in Yellowstone, that video will be coming out next. We spent quite a bit of time in Yellowstone, so I decided to break this video up into a few more sections than anticipated. Either way, I hope you guys are enjoying our trip and will subscribe to see our next installment. Be sure to get outdoors soon, and until next time, I'll see you outside.